What's up guys, RoyalZProduction here, and today we're going to be doing a product review on the Bowling P1 RGB portable light. Now I will say right off the bat, this is by far the most convenient and compact portable RGB light I've ever used for filmmaking, like in my life. It comes with a little carrying case like this, a little protective case, which is really nice. It's got buttons on the back, so you can clip it to the side of your belt buckle, you can clip it to the side of a backpack. Super convenient. So Velcro strap is gonna open up the flap here, you're gonna slide this thing out. So basically first look at this light. So it's gonna have a little swing arm on the side here. This is awesome because it's just like very well built. Like this whole thing is very well built. You know, nothing's gonna snap on you. There's no cheap plastic here. There's a hot shoe plate at the bottom here that it'll come with. So I've actually used this for club shooting. I'll actually toss the mount right here, secure it nice, and I have a light right up top here that I can use, and I can adjust the Kelvin on it, which we'll get into a little later. But for club shooting, this is awesome. You can kind of just like, you can flip it around, tilt it as well. It's just like super awesome. I mean, there's so many cool features on this light, but I'm gonna take this off here for a sec. The other thing I did want to mention too that I love about this thing, just another kind of convenience thing, is that it actually charges via USB-C. So there's no AA batteries needed, there's no lithium ion batteries that you have to charge that take forever to charge. You literally just plug it right into the light and it charges. It's going to show 4 battery bars on the back on this little LCD screen, which is also awesome, so you can actually see what you're adjusting on the fly. I've seen other reviews and other creatives are saying that it lasts about 2.5 hours. And the fact that you can take a power bank along with you and plug it in via USB-C and charge it on the go, I mean, you can't really get much more convenient than that. And you know, 2.5 to 3 hours is still a long time for such a small little thing like this. And comparing it actually to my iPhone, it's pretty much the same size, I would say. Yeah, pretty much the same size, weighs about the same. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Getting into what this thing has to offer, so there's a little switch at the top here, a little power switch. Just flick that on, it's gonna power up. And I will say right off the bat, this thing is super bright. There's been instances in like music videos, you know, I've had my 2 Dracast lights set up and even my Came Boltzmann light set up with gel filters over top. But this honestly will add to the shot a lot more just because of how damn bright this thing is. Like it gets pretty super bright. Like that's obviously super blown out, but I mean like it's definitely blinding me just looking at it. So that's a good thing though. So I guess we'll start off here. There's a full adjustable Kelvin setting. So, you know, you can take it all the way down to 2500 Kelvin, obviously, and it'll set up to 8500 Kelvin. So that's super convenient if you do want to use this as, you know, a mini key light, or you can use it as like a background light or something if you want to match your actual key light, or, you know, like your secondary light or something. You can match the Kelvin very easily with this thing. Now there's a little button on the side that says set. We're going to click that, and this is going to take you into your hue and saturation options. So I'm going to bring the brightness up just a little bit here, and as you can see, I'm adjusting the hue. So it's going to go through the RGB color spectrum, and it's going to give you a bunch of different shades of all these different colors. And you know, we can stop, let's say here, turn up the brightness. You can click the little scroll button in, and you can now adjust the saturation. So it'll take it to white, and then you can adjust it all the way up top to make it look super saturated. So that's an awesome feature too. I'm gonna click set again, and now it's gonna take you into a little bit of a different settings. There's 3 different settings, and each setting has about 2 to 3 drop downs. So right here we have like a flicker, like kind of like a candle flicker, which is really cool. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit, see what this one does. So this is just gonna kind of slowly, it's gonna be kind of like a mood light. It's gonna switch between all the colors on your RGB spectrum, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna click down again, and you're gonna get just a quicker, kind of like a party light, which is pretty cool too. So this is a really cool setting as well, and I did use this actually in a recent music video, but there's like ambulance lights or police car lights. This is really cool. I mean, if you're doing like a scene, short film or something, or a music video, and you wanna have this type of strobe in the background, makes for an awesome shot. I remember, I'm gonna lay over the shot right now that I used in a music video. In the music video, I literally just set this light behind that archway that you're looking at right now. I placed it on the ground, put the brightness all the way to 100%, and you could definitely see that strobe like very easily. So again, such a bright light. Kind of going through the other settings here now too. So I'll flick off of that, and there's just gonna be another kind of a strobe. where it's going through like white and blue. So that's kind of cool. Flick it again, and it's just another type of strobe where it's like a pink and a red strobe. So we're gonna click in on the button and get to this. So now we actually have like a white strobe. I used this on a music video set actually a few weeks ago, and it turned out so awesome. Like, I didn't actually even know that this light strobed, and I'd only used it a few times before, and the artist asked me, hey, like, I think this shot will look really cool if we strobe the light. I'm like, what are the odds that this thing has a strobe built in? And it does. So a lot of people actually buy a separate light for a strobe. So with this, you get it all in one package, which is awesome. And I'll lay over some of the shots we got right now in this music video. I would say that because of the strobe, because of this light, we actually were able to create, like, I would say 2 or 3 separate performance scenes slash B-roll scenes, and we just added to a lot of the performance scenes and a lot of the scenes throughout the music video in that washroom and in that specific music video. But yeah, this is a really cool option, the fact that you can do that. And there's different types of strobes too. So this is on the C setting. So yeah, I guess it just kind of candle flickers white. And then we have this one too, so it's just a different kind of tempo of strobe. Another thing too that I wanted to mention is that you can actually use this as a background light if you are a creative like I am and you make YouTube reviews, or you do vlogging and you do like sit down talks in your studio. You can actually set it to in the background, have it as a little ambient light too, which is really cool. So I'm definitely gonna start doing this for my YouTube reviews. I'm just gonna toss it on, and like I'm just gonna kind of toss in the background whenever I'm doing a sit down talk for you guys. So yeah, it's another really kind of cool feature you can use it for. Another thing I wanted to mention as well. So here we have just a simple light stand. Now the really cool thing about this is that there's little mounting holes everywhere along this, like the hot shoe area. So like this little swing arm, there's mounting holes everywhere. So you can actually screw it onto the top of, now this is just like a regular newer light stand. So I'm literally just tossing it on here, tightening it up, and then you can actually adjust the tilt. So you can have this sit and you can adjust the tilt, you can adjust the axes really in like a bunch of different ways. So that's actually super, super convenient as well, that you can actually mount this to a light stand. That is really, really cool. If you take the hot shoe off of here, I have it on here pretty tight and I want to keep it on here, but if you take the hot shoe off, there is also a mounting hole on the bottom, but it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mounting holes here, and then there's also 2 on the top of the swing arm as well. And then you obviously have the tilt feature as well. I rate the Bowling P1 RGB portable light a 11 out of 10. Honestly, this thing is so convenient for the price point of $160. I believe it's 160 US on Amazon Prime. You really can't beat it for like literally 1 to 3 days shipping. Yeah, this is an amazing piece of filmmaking gear. So this is definitely something you should look into. I did get this actually probably a month ago, but I wanted to use it on a few different shoots. So just to kind of recap what types of shoots I've actually used this on. So I had the one music video with artist Miles High. We used the strobe effect, which turned out awesome. And I believe we did use the blue hue for some of the blue shots as well, just to really bring up that blue color around him when he was sitting on the ground. Another video that we used this in was with Wild Nation it was out of town, but I used it to kind of brighten up the red setting within like where we were shooting. So we did have 2 Dracast LED panels with red gels, but I tossed this on top of my camera as well with the hot shoe plate, turned it to red, and it just brightened up the entire room even more. So that was awesome. Another time that we used this was for a music video. We had the police car strobe going on in the background, which looked great. And it was such a small thing, but made the shot look a lot cooler. And then last but not least, I have used this actually in some interviews that I've been doing with local artists. We turned it on, we used a different color each time, and we just set it behind the couch, and we used it as an ambient light like I was talking about when I had it behind here on my gear shelf, and how you can use it as an ambient light if you're doing vlogging or if you're doing different types of interviews. So that's kind of another cool feature too, where it has definitely come in handy. And you can even see in the interview shot that it is very bright, like it's even shining like below the entire couch. So it makes for an awesome ambient light as well. And of course, even like club shooting too, highly recommend this thing. It's pretty sturdy. If somebody bumps it, it's not going to break or anything. If it falls off your camera, not a chance it's gonna break. So yeah, I rate this thing, again, it's a 10 out of 10 light. You gotta pick this up if you're looking for a portable light for $160. That is so ridiculously cheap for what this thing has to offer. But yeah, guys, that's my review on the Bowling P1 RGB vlogger light. So if you want to check this product out, you can check the link in the description. I do have that's a legit link to the actual product from the manufacturer. So 100% check this thing out. Again, 160 bucks, cannot go wrong with this thing. But thanks guys for watching my review on the Bowling P1 light. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys on the next review. Peace.